So we're joined by, quote, spell my name however you want, Dillon Ward. That's his new Twitter bio. Dillon, what's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. I mean, what a season you guys have had, with the Waterdogs. I mean, how have things been able to come together? You win the regular season title, and now you've got obviously a big matchup coming up this weekend in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it's just a testament to the guys we have in this locker room and the coaching staff. Kind of a slow start. We had some wins, but we weren't playing, I don't think, our best lacrosse. And I think just the guys just sticking with it, the coaches kind of figuring out pieces and where they wanted guys to play. That kind of just worked out in the end, and we kind of found the set that we like. Defensively, offensively, and things just kind of rolled for us that second half of the season.
Yeah, what changed? I mean, you gave up 17 goals against the Archers on June 26th. The next week, 19 goals against the Redwoods. And then the week after that, single digits. That next week in July, that seemed like a turning point in your season.
Yeah, for sure. I think just, the confidence in each other, we kind of got those pieces in. You look at a guy like Ben Randall, the last 4 games of the year, he blanks 3 players in a row and then gives up 3 points against Jeff Teat, which is a pretty good matchup. And those other guys he blanks, it's Lyle Thompson, Jackson Morrill, and Zed Williams, like pretty big names. So I think him coming on and just being an absolute animal helps out a lot. Putting Liam Burns down at close and letting him kind of be just like a general out there helps for sure. And, our D-midi play was awesome. I think just like shoring up our back end, and then myself, obviously, I didn't play very well in the first half of the season. Second half of the season, was able to figure it out a bit with a lot of help from our defense. And, I think things just kind of clicked. We had the doubleheader in Minnesota after getting given up 19 to the Redwoods, and just being together for an extended period of time and having a couple extra practices. I think things just kind of started to roll for us, and that comfort level grew between the players, between coaches. And, I think we just have that mix that we're looking for right now.
Are you having some more fun this year? I know last year, of course, you weren't able to play really a whole lot. You were the backup out there with the chaos, and then you were traded this year. I mean, how different has this year been for you?
I wouldn't say I'm having more fun. I mean, obviously, it's great to be able to be the starting goalie. The chaos group last year was awesome. We had a great time in the bubble, but Blaze has been playing unbelievable in this league since the league started, so I'm not going to complain about not getting any time in front of him. But to be able to have a team where I'm able to start and kind of be a leader on this team, it's been a great summer. We've enjoyed each other, and we really do have a great group that enjoys being around each other week in and week out.
Yeah, it feels like you mentioned you got some extra practices to build that chemistry. You've got some Outlaws guys there as well. I mean, Zach Currier, probably not talked about enough, as it feels like that's been the way it's been his whole career. I mean, how good has he been? Probably should get some MVP votes, right?
I think without a doubt. I mean, the guy does literally everything. He's an offensive star for us. He plays defense when he needs to. He plays on the wings. Arguably the best face-off unit in the league from top to bottom. He just does. He does literally everything. And the guy is just so competitive. He's an easy guy to get behind, and he's an easy guy to follow. So, he does so many things that really well that a lot of guys do one of those things that he does really well, and he's literally the definition of a complete player. I don't know how you could have an argument for anyone being really a better all-around player than Zach Currier right now.
And the kind of guy, and you look at successful teams, across sports, throughout the history of sports, and you look at certain individuals, in terms of how they amplify the others around them. He is that guy. He's won everywhere. You know what I mean? It feels like he doesn't change, and he makes the guys around him better. It's incredible to watch. Wherever he's been, it's like, yep, just another day for Zach Currier, right? It's so cool.
100%. And, he's an emotional guy. He wears his heart in his sleeve. And like I said, he's incredibly competitive. So when his emotions start going, whether, good, bad, or ugly, he's a guy that you look at, you're like, all right, this guy cares this much about this. Like, let's follow this guy. Let's go where this guy's going. And like you said, his track record speaks for itself. The guy's won at every single level.
Well, Yeah, you guys, in order to go and win, you've got to beat the champs, of course, and the Whipsnakes, who went on that great run the last couple of years in the PLL. They seem to have a knack for just being able to win games late. How do you sort of combat that? How do you prepare for a team that has been so successful in the playoffs since the PLL began?
Yeah, I mean, we can't be naive to that. They've won, the league's been around for 2 years. They've won both championships. So we know what we're going to get from them. It's going to be a heavy dose of well-coached lacrosse. They're going to play in their systems, and they're going to play in their systems really well. We just need to make sure that we can get the stops that we need. And when we have the chances on the offensive end, we need to can the ball. And, I think if we play the way we've been playing the back half of the season, I think we have a good chance. But again, it's going to take a really good game from a lot of good play from a lot of us to have a chance against these guys.
Any impact of the layoff for you guys? Of course, you got the bye. You haven't played since August 14th. Is that in the back of your minds at all?
I mean, it is what it is. The having that extra week off, it can put a little bit of rust on guys, but I think we'll be all right. I think the one benefit is, finally getting fully healthy. You kind of saw Connor Kelly come back from a leg injury a couple of weeks ago. Wasn't the full Connor Kelly, so I think him having those couple extra weeks is really going to help him get back to that Connor Kelly that we know. And then I think just guys just resting bumps and bruises that they've gotten throughout the season will definitely help. But we're getting in on Friday. We'll have a good practice on Saturday. It's the nature of the league. We've had a lot of buys this season. I think we've only played 3 games since the All-Star game, and it really hasn't slowed us down. So I think we're in a good spot. We're excited, and we're getting ready for a heavyweight battle with the Whipsnakes.
Fresh legs will be important. Let's pivot. Colorado Mammoth, of course, Dillon, the NLL. We haven't seen you guys on the floor there in about a year and a half or so. Did have the draft over the course of the weekend as well. You guys got some guys pretty well known in the college game. Asher Nolting, Logan Wisnauskas, Khan as well. A couple of those all now affiliated, the Wisnauskas Khan affiliated with Maryland now. Anyway, in terms of how you guys did, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm excited. I think right for our draft, we kind of are pretty happy with the lineup that we have right now. So we were able to kind of go after some guys who, still have a year of college, and also take chances on guys who, might not have a ton of box experience. And I mean, we've all seen Asher Nolting play the last few years in college, and the guy can just take over a game no matter if he's playing teams in the Southern Conference or playing against ACC competition. The guy, he's a man. He can barrel his way to the goal, and I'm excited to see if that skill set translates to the box. And obviously Logan and Keegan Khan have great resumes themselves, and it'll be just interesting to see if we can get some of those Americans to buy in, and if they want to pursue the NLL, they have an opportunity. So it'll be exciting to see these guys give it a shot.
Yeah, Nolting, pretty cool going back home to Colorado there, probably obviously involved as well. You look at the league, I mean, it's changed so much, Dillon, since we last saw you guys out there. You're now in 2 different divisions, 7 and 7. How different is it going to be? I mean, do you expect things to be rusty at the beginning once you get back out there? What are your thoughts on how much the league has changed since we last saw the NLL?
I mean, I think there's a lot of good things going on. The expansion is obviously very exciting, and not just the expansion, but who the expansion is, and the ownership groups that are getting involved with the league. I think it just kind of speaks volumes of where the leadership of this league wants the league to go, and having these big name owners is going to be exciting. But in terms of the product, I think having that the MSL summer series that they did, and the Junior A summer series in Ontario, and they had some of the XLL stuff going on in BC. I don't know if there's going to be a huge amount of rust. It'll be interesting to see everyone coming back and all the new faces, because we're going to have 2 full draft classes at training camp, so that'll be interesting. But I think there's going to be a lot of fire for guys, a lot of excitement. I know I'm really excited to get back out there. And it's good. It's just cool to see the league expand. It's going to be a lot of fun to get back on the floor.
Yeah, got the big TV deal as well in Canada for now, waiting to see what's going to go on here in the States in the meantime. But that's also another big crux of the movement forward for the NLL as we look into the future. Finally, Dillon, one with some fun here. Noticed on the PLL Spotify playlist, big Kings of Leon guy, tragically hip. Really? Yeah. I didn't know if I saw that coming from you.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, seen Kings of Leon a couple times in concert. Saw them once at Red Rocks. It was pouring rain and freezing cold, but still probably one of the coolest concerts I've ever been to. Tragically hip, got to tip my hat to the Canadian legends. And then Arkells, you know, another band that's a big band in Canada that hasn't gotten its shine down in the States. And, you know, I'm just trying to raise awareness to a good old Canadian band back there.
Appreciate that. Anybody who didn't make the list you might want to add in the future?
Oh, man. I've got a heavy dose of those guys that I'm listening to right now. I'd probably mix in a little bit of country moving forward, maybe some Luke Combs, Jason Aldean, Luke Bryan, maybe some of those guys. But, you know, a heavy dose of Kings, Tragically Hip, and the Arkells going on in my house right now.
Good choices and different. I like that as well. Like you said, trying to get some more people listening. Dillon Ward, we appreciate your time, man. Good luck this weekend, all right?
Thanks, I appreciate it.